Hey traders, it's Nolan here, Monday the 7th of November 2022. Hope everyone is good and hope you had a great weekend. So let's start off by having a little look at the news. Now the news last week, the high priority, the high impact news was just crazy. So much news, unbelievable. This week, not so bad. US have changed their clocks now, so we're all back to normal. And there's just a little bit of news going on. USD bank holiday look on Friday, November the 11th. Is that Thanksgiving or something? No, it's Veterans Day. Okay, well, there you go, Veterans Day. So could be quiet in the afternoon on Friday, so might be able to finish work early on Friday. But yeah, not a lot going on. So we had NFP, like I say, on Friday, and you can see from the daily candle, big bearish momentum on Friday. Sometimes we see momentum go one way and then just totally reverse on NFP and FOMC, but this literally, it did carry on down. We had a move down in the morning. This is the 4 hour. Let me just go to the hourly actually. Yeah, because non-farm is normally 1:30 p.m. in the UK, but our clocks were an hour, had gone back an hour. So yeah, this candle here was the candle which we had the news in, bearish engulfing candle, and that continued to go down until the close. A little bit of a gap on the market open, and then boom, more selling came in, and as you can see on the daily here, more bearish momentum. So lots of bearish momentum on Friday, and it's continued today. Now, what is happening here? Well, it looks, I still see on the bigger term, I still see the USD as bullish because nothing's really changed. But what I do see is that price is still in this corrective pattern. Now, there's a few things that could happen. Have to keep our options open. We could come and have a little bounce off this trend line, which means that we're going to continue with the lower highs and lower lows themes. So you can see these lower highs here. So if you look at that one, and that one, this one's a bit of a this one throws us out a little bit because we had a high, a lower high, and a higher high there, and a lower high. So it's all a little bit mixed up. But you can see the general momentum of what's happening is lower lows, lower highs. We're getting these lower lows here, lower highs, okay? And that is indicative of a correction in an uptrend. So we could come and break this low, which would potentially mean coming to test this lower trend line here, which is the support for the correction. But also we've got this daily trend line here for the uptrend. So this point here could be significant. We could come and have a little bounce off this point here where we cross and then go. Okay, so what we're seeing on the 4 hour is, like I said earlier, that bearish momentum. We've had a big impulse correction. Further downside here, I'd be looking for a correction here. I'd be looking for a little bit of a rally in USD, and then sellers to come in for one more push down, potentially breaking this low, like I say, and maybe even coming to test this intersection here. And then I would be looking for buyers to come in again. So I'm not looking for a big downside. So at the moment, if I do see an opportunity where I'll be shorting the US dollar, I'll think of it as a short-term opportunity and nothing more than that. Okay, so we might see what today's Monday, isn't it? First day back after NMP. It's been a bit of a tricky day actually today, trading wise. But yeah, be looking for a little bit of a rally on USD, and then looking for that rally to fade out. I mean, the place which stands out, or the price I should say, which stands out at the moment is this support here, support broken. So looking to come back and retest that zone. So we're talking about 110.75. Well, I'd say between 110.70 and 110.80 would be an area to watch to see if we can rally up into that zone and then look for sellers to come in again. So keep your eyes on that zone. Now GBP USD looks nice for a little bit more upside. So if we do see that downside on the dollar, I like GBP USD longs, but we need to see that pullback on the USD. I did have an alert, as you can see, set here because I was looking for price to pull back into this swing high here, retest, and then looking for buyers to come in, looking for a morning star pattern or a bullish engulfing candle, hammer candle, something like that, but we didn't get it. I'm actually going to just delete that alert now. Price is still pushing to the upside, so it's not, unfortunately, it's not giving me an entry into this for a buy. It's not really didn't fall into my buy zone, if you like. You can see actually very, very nice area of support there, resistance. So it would still be a great area. In fact, I am just going to put that alert back in just in case. If you want to do the same, you are more than welcome. There's no copyright. Potential buy zone here. However, I also like to see price react off the 20 moving average, which is this blue moving average here on the hourly. But you can see that, look, price can actually pull back sometimes into this 50 moving average on the hourly. This is the red EMA here. So if you think about it, look where the red EMA is there, the 50 moving average. It's going to be lining up with this zone here. We could actually come all the way down. We could get maybe a little bit of a bigger correction on USD before we see that one more move down for USD and potentially one more move up on pound USD. So yeah, that'd be nice. So that zone is around about 113.70. We'll call it 113.80. That would be a nice zone to look for. Alternatively, if we start to see price start to pull back on here, we could use a fib on this impulse from the start here to the end. Now, we don't know where the end of the impulse is yet because it's still moving. But yeah, and we could use fib levels, maybe a 50% retracement. 61.8% retracement kind of lines up in my zone at the moment. But like I say, we can't really use a fib at the moment until price starts to pull back because we are fibbing the impulse. And obviously when the impulse is still moving, well, it could move higher and then we'd just be adjusting our fibs. So that's something else you can look at as well, fib levels, once we start pulling back. So who knows, we might see that tomorrow. We've just got to let this move fade out and then hopefully we'll see that pullback. So pound USD longs on a short term looks good as well, but I need to see that pullback. Now on the last video we had a comment about USD JPY. Do we see further? Let me just have a little look actually. Do you think USD JPY will continue to rise and go up off the daily chart? And I've said that I will cover it in today's video. I don't really see any change on this, to be honest. I mean, it's still bullish as far as I'm concerned. Nothing's really changed. Really, really strong market. What I can see, looking at this daily, is an area here where price comes in, resistance here, but more particularly, in particular, I should say, in our case, we're looking at this as support. So if price was to come back into this zone, I'd absolutely be looking for buy setups or buyer candles. I mean, here, there was a lovely hammer candle here. You'd have put a buy stop above there, stop below the low. You'd have got some nice profit off there. If we see price come back into this zone again and we see some kind of bullish sign, then it I'd be all over that basically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set an alert for this one as well because I still like it long, but I want it to drop into this zone and I'd like it to. Let's just put some grid lines on this for a second. So the 146 there is the big number, but we also come down into 145, 145.50 here. Did it there. So ideally, I'm going to set my alert around 145.50. What was the low of this candle here? 145.48. Yeah, I'll do it at 145.50 because I would like price to come down to that zone there, and look for buys on smaller time frame. So I'm just going to put daily support. So alerts are a great way to trade. Basically, you know, you've got an area where you're interested in buying or selling from. It's going to save you the time of continuously looking at the chart to see if, you know, prices in your zone of interest. So I've set my alert 145.50. Price comes into that zone, the alert will go off. I will be looking at the chart and looking for an indication of buyers coming into the market, and no, I will take it from there and see if it looks interesting. I will potentially look to trade it. Take those grid lines back off now. Yeah, so yes, in answer to your question, I still see longs on this. Nothing's really changed. It does look to be more of a consolidation, corrective pattern for upside. We might get something like this candle here where it breaks all the lows and then reverses. So look out for that as well. We could break this low here, looking like it's going to move to the downside, but how that daily candle closes is going to be important. If we still close above the zone, then potentially it's just a little bit of a fake out. We're going to see that move. So yeah, still looking for longs on this. I'll go over one more, CAD Swiss, which is a non-USD pair. Keep your eyes on this, guys. I might have covered it in the last video, I can't remember, but yeah, you can see if I just zoom out a little bit, we've got this momentum of descending momentum. The highs are getting lower, the lows are getting lower. Looking at this as an impulse down, looking at this as a correction, we've actually come into the 78.6% fib retracement of this impulse down here, which also lines up with the trend line. So we're actually getting an evening star pattern here. I'm looking to sell this, obviously, but don't get caught up. I'm not going to get caught up in selling this before it closes below this trend line. Really, really important for me. I mean, some traders might want to trade that evening star pattern, but I would like to see at least a 4-hour close below here. But I would say I'll be looking for a daily close below here, and then literally looking for a short underneath the daily candle. I'll have a little look to see if I really don't want to put my stop all the way up here. Possibly don't. And then, you know, looking for potentially, depends on how it sets up, it could be a nice 2-to-1 trade, certainly a 1-to-1 trade. I'll be banking money before the 71 big number where we found support here, basically. So I'll be taking some money off the table here, but just keep your eyes open on this. Obviously today looking bearish, but we are still above the trend line, so tomorrow could be a deciding factor on CAD Swiss. And yeah, if we get a nice move like this, then absolutely fantastic. I'll be a very, very happy guy, and you know, if I make you some money as well, then I'll be even happier. So yeah, dollar, I would like to see a bit of a rally and then sellers come in for one more move down. Pound USD, looking for the pullback, ideally this zone here, ideally, and then looking for a buy setup. I'm not going to place a buy limit. I'm going to be looking for price action. I don't want to get caught in the wrong end of the market. And dollar yen, this little zone here, I'd like to see price pull back into this zone. I'm going to be dropping down to a smaller time frame to see if buyers come in. And CAD Swiss, I'm going to wait it out, and potentially there could be a sell setup on this tomorrow. All right, guys, so that's a little rundown on some of the charts that I am watching and we are watching at the moment. Give us a like if you like the video, share the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and we will catch you in the next video. Any comments, drop them in. I will try to answer them. If I can't answer them for whatever reason, I will cover your question in the next video. So I will see you later, guys. Bye for now.